After my divorce, everyone wanted to know why he left. No one asked what it had done to me. I was alone, worn down, tired of questions and sympathy. That's when my mother and her friend decided they'd found the solution. A man. His name was Eric. Educated, employed, decent looking, and desperate to settle down. I wasn't in the mood for matchmaking. So at the birthday party where they coincidentally introduced us, I acted up, flirted openly, joked too much, made the whole thing a farce. He played along, surprisingly. Then he asked me to walk outside. We laughed about the setup, but then he turned serious, told me he could see I was deeply lonely, that I needed someone who understood me, someone like him. Then calmly, he said he was offering me a relationship, a real one. It felt too fast, too scripted. I brushed it off and left, but he was patient and persistent. Over time, he visited more often, spoke gently, seemed to understand my pain. He was generous, neat, polite, encouraged me to reconnect with friends I'd isolated from, and little by little, I bloomed again. Eventually, I moved in with him. I started cooking again, caring again, feeling again. We had routines, inside jokes, weekend trips. It looked like healing. He wanted to marry. I hesitated. Something didn't feel right. Nothing huge, just tiny things. He never offered to pay for me on vacation, never merged our finances. He made comments about my visits to my mother, asked why I called her so often, said things like, "You're not single anymore. Time to stop acting like it." He said he believed in traditional gender roles, but only when it suited him. He dismissed my opinions, corrected me in public. Slowly, I stopped feeling heard, stopped feeling present. The worst part was that I started adjusting again, like I had in my marriage. I wore my discomfort like a second skin, always tight, always there. Then came the night that changed everything. I had warned him in advance. My boss's birthday, a formal event the entire office would attend. I told him I'd be late. He told me, 30 minutes, no more. I stayed longer. Of course I did. When I got home, I expected anger. I didn't expect violence. He yelled, loud and cruel. He said things no one should ever hear from someone who claims to love them. Words meant to pierce, to reduce. He ended his rant with, "Now I understand why your ex left you." And I calmly replied, "Now I understand why you're still single." He struck me, hard, right across my face. I fell. My head throbbed. My vision blurred. He moved forward, then stopped, realizing what he'd done. I screamed, loud enough for the neighbors. He stepped back. I didn't pack. I didn't argue. I left. I made it to my building, sat on the bench out front, wondering what excuse I'd give for the bruise. But I didn't feel sad or angry. I felt free. For the first time, I had no doubt. Was I meant to be alone again? Maybe. But I would be alone on my own terms, with my own peace. A black eye told me what months of silence couldn't. I deserve better, even if it's just me. I stayed on that bench until sunrise. I watched the city wake up while my face ached and my heart steadied. I knew I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't wait for another apology, another promise. I had done that before. I thought of all the times I silenced myself to keep the peace, the way I laughed when I wanted to cry, the way I tiptoed through my own home. As Omar Khayyam once said, "It's better to be alone than with someone unworthy." Now I understand that quote, not in theory, in truth, and I carry it with me every single day.